is an ocean, and you either float or you sink. Moment of truth, credit check, you not approved.
As we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Washington football team. We go from Denver. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the counter, Gibson. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. To throw is Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. On play action, Locke. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one is incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this offense this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not really much of an advantage. You might be playing well, now it slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And this is caught off a deflection. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Jeudy. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Locke. They're looking for Jeudy, but it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
Here's Tressway now, standing just outside his own goal line. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Flushed out right. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. We're scoreless after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Watson. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Watson now to throw. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Draymond Jones in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Locke's throw into the hands of Fant. A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Locke. This will be caught. Judy. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Locke. Again, he targets Judy, and this time the catch made. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Locke off a play action. They'll roll him out right. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. 4th down now after a loss of 2. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense in the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync. And
he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the half. And he's going to go down again. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. They fake the handoff, now Locke. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jerry Jeudy with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos on one play have taken the lead. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. To throw again on second down. Watson.
Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off near the 26. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Deron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Locke. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Watson off play action, rolling to his left. And he will find his man Samuel, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage inside the 40.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. The final shot before the break, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Watson picked by his former teammate Kareem Jackson. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.